Hello Different Tech Buds, back with a new video, and today we have got the Pixel 5 5G. We also have the Pixel 5 case original. We have a separate review of that up and you can check that out later on. And for now we're going to do a quick first look, unboxing and impressions of the all new Pixel 5 5G. So this is the sort of Sage and the 128GB version. So what we'll do is we'll get straight to the unboxing experience and see what it looks like in person. Look forward to seeing this colour as well. And there we have it there. So I'm going to pop that to the side and see what else we get in the box. So you will get your usual charger, adapter and your USB-C to USB-C. So it's handy with the likes of these cables here and adapters. You can just transfer everything quickly, and particularly works well on Google devices from my experience. So there we have it there, and this feels really premium indeed, and it looks really nice in this colour here. So there's a lot more weight to it than the 4A, and it is almost identical, if not, it is slightly wider and tiny bit taller. And as you can see there, it's a tiny bit wider as well, and you can see the difference on the back there. The hump is bigger for the camera in size, but it seems to be even thinner again than the hump on the 4A. So that's what you're looking at there. You can see the difference between the two. So on to the back, you've got your fingerprint sensor here, and this is a smashing finish on the back, and it's not plastic. That kind of frosted glass kind of feel to it, I think. And you've got your buttons on the side, so you can raise the key there, and this key is more sunk this time than the previous on the 4A, as you can see there. Up top we have no headphone jack this time, and you still have a mic. On the left you have your SIM card slot, on the bottom is the same. So that's pretty much it on the outside. So what we're going to do now is turn it on, set it up and go through what's on it, and we'll be back after the break. Hello, and we're back with the Pixel 5 5G. So we're just going to run through what's new on this and so on, and all the cool stuff on it. And I've been using this now for a couple of days, and the camera is simply fantastic on this phone, and you'll see some photos and video later on. So I've set this up identical to my Pixel 4A, which I'm filming with, and again it's an easy process, which I love with Pixel phones, transferring from one to the next. Everything just comes up identical on your phone. You've got now an extra lens on the back, and we're typically used to seeing Google with one lens on the back, but now we've got two. We've also got reverse wireless charging, so if you've got your earbuds, you can just slap them on the back here, and you'll turn that on in the battery settings to get that working. It just doesn't come on itself, by the way, so just in case you're wondering. So we're going to have a look at the camera settings first. So in here we've got some small changes. So on your camera here, you've got your night sight, your portrait, your camera, video and more. You have slow motion, you have time lapse and normal, and you have 1 times and 2 times here, and you have got stabilization here. So you've got standard, locked, active and cinematic pan. So really nice stuff there. So into the settings here, then you have your flash, your 4K resolution there, you have FHD and 4K, and then you've your frames per second there, you have 60 and 30. So you just max it out on this phone. You've got 128GB, so you've not much to worry about with storage. Plus you get 100GB of storage as well when you buy the phone. So You can switch here, and then you've got by 6, by 1 and by 2. And if you obviously have your selfie camera there as well. If you go into more, you have panorama, photosphere and lens. If you go into the camera settings themselves, or the video, you have got your full HD and your 4K. Yeah, and we've done this already, so it's the camera you want to go into next. So you've got your 1080p or 4K. They're still on video. So into the camera, down here you've got your flash, your motion photos, your timer and your crop. So you've wide crop and you've got your full image there. Pretty simple to follow. And you've got your portrait and you've got your night sight, of course, which again has the options there. And night sight, as you pretty know by now, if you have a Google phone or know of it, it's pretty good. So you have your zoom here, which is excellent. Again, you'll see these in the pictures better in action, but you'll see the detail that you get with the camera, and the slow motion is excellent as well. So your camera has a better versatility this time around than previous cameras on the Pixel devices. Go scroll down here, you just have your typical layout here, which you can change and adjust to your own needs. If we go in here, you've got your network settings, your connected devices, apps, battery, and we are at 59%. So you have battery saver, battery adaptive battery, so that will extend your life there, and you can check that out. Your battery share, so this is where you're going to share your wireless charging on the device, so you'll have to turn that on, and of course it's going to eat into your own battery when you use that. You've got your storage, your sound and vibration, and we'll go into the sound actually now in a second as well, which is pretty good. And your accessibility, your digital well-being, your services, your system, about phone, so it's Pixel 5, and that's all that there, and that's it. So we go into the sounds, and we'll go to a playlist here and give you a listen to the speakers. Let me see something different. So you can hear there yourself what the actual speakers sound like, and they are loud. So we're going to give you a look at what YouTube will look like on it there. So we'll go into something we did recently, Google Nest.
Invest as little as £1 in the world's leading companies completely free, only with Trading 212.
So of course you do have the hole punch here, but you don't really notice it down in the corner, so it's not a big deal. So you got your pinches in here like so. Hello, doing tech buzz back in the video. Today you've got the Nest Audio from Google, which was just announced, and this is pretty much it. It's a hefty box, bit of weight to it. So you've got the usual, you control your TV and you can group your Nest products and so on, check the weather, calls and all that kind of stuff. And you've got fill the room with crisp vocals and rich bass. So these are louder and have better bass. And that's basically what it looks like there. Of course you can use gestures or your navi buttons on the bottom. You can turn them off in settings there as well if you want. It's up to yourself what you want to do. So that's just a quick first impressions. Boy, I've just used this for a couple of days. I'm going to have a more long-term review later on. But so far, I am very, very impressed with this phone, particularly the camera. It's really, really something special. if I can probably give you a look at something here as an example of the detail that you're going to get with the camera there. So that's my little pet Milo, and there's loads of images there. I've got some night images, 4K, daytime, nighttime, front and rear facing camera, and you can see all them in action, slow motion and all that kind of stuff, portraits, and you know, it's really quality stuff, really quality camera. And of course we all know Google is great at delivering that, but now we've got the extra wide lens there, you have more versatility. But when you see the detail, it's really fantastic stuff. So after that, that's it for now. But if you want to know anything else, feel free to ask in the coming weeks. We're going to have a bit more of a long-term review. A couple of days is enough to review a phone, in my opinion. And, you know, you have to really give it full blast with everything that you do and see how it copes under strain later on. And don't forget, you can also try Stadia. You'll get your storage or your YouTube and your Stadia as well if you want. It's up to yourself what you want to do. You have extreme battery saver on this as well, which is of course better news for everyone. And you've got 5G. Now I'm waiting to get my 5G SIM. I'm not too pushed about the 5G element at the minute, but I know I have the option there now to use it, and that is pretty good, and it's future proofing itself there, which is really nice to see. And that's it. Overall, it's a really nice design. It really looks well in this greeny colour here, and nice case to go with it. There's a review of that case as well. And overall, so far, I'm loving it. Really nice. And again, I'm someone that uses big phones, and this is kind of strange for me because I find it very hard to use smaller phones. But the only really problem I have is texting. But moving up from the Pixel 4a to this is just moving to the same phone, but just better under the hood and all that kind of stuff, and size. But it's just really nice to use. And again, this has a much more better build quality, and it feels weighty as well, and it looks more premium. So, you know, you can use a small phone even though you might be used to using bigger phones. So for example, I'd be this kind of size phone here. I've now been known for using big phones like Notes and all that kind of stuff, but I kind of prefer this smaller size. Now I have an iPhone 11 there as well. But you know, for the best stock Android experience, fluid, speed, camera, and you know, the Pixel 5 is excellent. I've been loving my Pixel 4a. It's been my daily driver for the last couple of months, and now using this, looking forward to seeing how it copes now over the next couple of weeks. The Pixel 4a hasn't had a problem whatsoever, so I don't expect to have any problems with this. That's it for now. Any further questions, feel free to ask if you think we've missed that. And you know, we've gone through basically enough there. You know, if you're a Pixel user, everything is pretty much the same in the settings. You've just got more power under the hood and that kind of stuff, better camera, more options built in there as well for use. So you know, it's excellent. So you've got your storage in this, which is 128, and some of that's obviously taken up by software and all that kind of stuff, and we just put a bit into it there from using it and putting some music on. But overall, we've still got lots of storage there to mess with. Again, you have the 4K options there, and there's 4K phones out there that don't come with sufficient storage. This does. Plus you've the option as well to have your Google Drive, which is excellent. And that's really all for now. Stay tuned for more. See you in the next one. If you've anything you need answered, feel free to ask.